What is going on? Reef and Van March here, Fragbox TV. We are in Germany and we're going to check out this little store. Actually, I don't know if it's little. I haven't walked into it yet. It's called Garten. It's actually, let's turn the camera around, right here. And across from Tunze, the German manufacturer, but it's separate. It is not theirs. This is the owner's mom's shop, actually. She's not here today. She's over at Interzoo. If you don't know what that is, it's a huge convention of pets and all that fun stuff. And look at this. Where do we start? Why are the ceilings so high? Lizard lady, what's up? How you doing? Having a cappuccino? Lizard lady here, absorbing the German landscape and scenery. Oh, have you guys heard of this brand? This one here? Must be convenient. You just walk it on over. There's so many products actually that I was unaware of. So I'm hoping to take home a brochure with me to learn more about them. Not like this though. This is, you know, tried, tested and true. Been around forever. Newer model. New one of this on the way actually. 3152 has a new one that's coming out. But there's a lot of little odds and bits and pieces that I never knew that they made. Oh, I like this. You know what? This is something I want to set up in the shop right when you walk in. I have a collection of some old reefing books like this that I like to share, maybe somehow set up kind of like a library and come in, take them out, leave a large ass deposit because I don't know how else to get them back. If you take them, they're out of production, so I won't be able to find those books again, but I'd like to share them because sometimes I'll have them out on the counter and people ask me, oh, can I buy this or where did I get this? So I'm thinking when you walk in the front of the store to actually have a little sort of book library section. If you guys like, comment below if you think that would be something cool, because I haven't seen it somewhere else other than, boom, right here. We have some aquariums. Man, they got space here. I'm always a little bit envious when I walk into a shop that's as big as this one because I am so lacking on the space. I don't have tanks. We have tanks. I just don't have room to set up nice big ones like this to show off to customers that walk in. And I think it's really important. I'm one of the few stores that, you know, on that scale that I'm not able to have, you know, Red Sea Reefer 450 or something like this just sitting there on display ready for you guys to take home. Eheim, man, very impressed with these guys too. Got to go check out their factory. Doing some incredible production made in Germany. I want to give a little bit of love over here to, not the plumbing section, no, to this display tank because it's old school. This is real reefing at its finest, you know, like we don't have super strong blue LED lights. We don't have a background. The equipment's in it. This is how I remember reef tanks when we first started, with good brands, German-made brands, and lots of soft corals. Stuff that's easy to keep, zinnias and Kenya trees. We have maybe some bubble tips. I think this is an Anthelia, if I'm not mistaken. This and this across the bottom is probably Anthelia, but it's a lot more raw and real and kind of like the feeling that you get when you go out. Wow, look at the size of that bubble algae. Geez, when you go out into the ocean, that's really what you're going to see. And we're going to the basement. Kind of like March's basement at the shop, except bigger and hopefully not haunted. So unexpected when you come down into this large basement. Whoa, where do we start? Check this out. We are in old reefing German paradise. I feel like I've just walked into like a time capsule and I've been transported into a reef store of 20 years ago. Where do we even start? One with this display. Look at this like quadruple pizza cut round display on just brick. That's all you really need. We traveled all throughout Indonesia. Very simple. A lot of times all we see is brick with a couple pieces of wood. Wow. We're looking at some serious, simple reefing. We have a little sump. Everything's exposed. I kind of like that when you go in a store and they show you what they're using. Obviously, all using Tun's product, being the family business. You know, why would you use anything else? Something they have never gotten into really is light. So they're partnered with Kessel. We see them over here, some A360Xs. I see some I think they're called AP900s over on this side. Something that they never really ventured into, but they do have this partnership with Kessel. So anytime they need the lights, you know, they work together. And I think also you guys distribute Kessel in Germany? Okay, so they also are the distributors throughout Europe. Oh, Europe? Oh, never mind. Take that back. Not just Germany. Throughout the entire continent of Europe. I love this. Are these mangroves? Yeah. Look at them. Those look old. Yeah, so intertwined, like almost fusing, you know, like a jungle look with the tank. Let's see what we have in here. Again, lots of soft coral, some very cool little mushrooms, rhodactis, zoanthids, simple, easy corals. You want to enjoy the hobby, forget the acro. This is what you want. You want to go after the bread and butter, the anthelias, the gorgonians, the Kenya trees, the toadstools, the leathers, the cabbage, the GSP, you know, stuff that's not going to give you a headache. I love this. Wow. This is so different, so cool. The real fusion between macroalgae and plants. Now, this is something we're starting to see become more and more popular just for nutrient export. You throw in some of this or some of this, maybe some dragon's breath. I'm actually not sure what that is. I don't know what I'm looking at. Maybe cactus caulerpa. I'm not 100% sure what that is, but oh, this is nice too. Look how healthy the halimeda is over on this side. I don't know what we're using for lights. Maybe they look kind of like old Geisman's Aqualight. I've never seen that one, but again, it's a really cool fusion. We've almost have like a freshwater look, like a planted aquarium, but we have an enemy, so obviously it's not. We're looking at a saltwater tank, but it's really nice the way they brought the two worlds together. Same over here, a little bit heavier on the coral, but again, halimeda growing in the corner. Stuff that, you know, maybe we wouldn't introduce chaeto directly into the tank. You want stuff that is, that one's considered a little bit more invasive. These stay together in clumps, but the amount of nitrogen and nitrate and phosphate that it's going to be able to pull out is pretty cool. This is like a very, very old school reef shop. Again, I don't think you've been to a couple stores with me now. You ever seen one like this? No, not quite like this. Not so white light lit, so natural and honest and true to what the corals look like. Because this is, if you go out, you ever snorkeling or diving, this is truly what they look like. They don't have that blue pop, that sort of unrealistic hue that we find in our tanks today. Everything is super, super blue. This is exact opposite. It's almost like they lit it with halides. On this side, a small selection of some fish. Again, really heavy with the macroalgae. I see some inverts. How old is this shop?
25 years.
25 years old, wow. Yeah, that's it's older than you, lizard lady. So live rock, something that we don't see so often, at least in North America. Everyone's moved over to Marco rock, but in terms of filtration and sheer, you know, filtering power, even there's just the shape and color. The rocks that are out there today are good, but I don't think they compare to the rocks, to real live rock. I love this wall that they have set up here with different plants and things coming down it. It's like just so different than what we're used to seeing. The macroalgae reactor that I keep talking about in every video that doesn't get enough attention over in Canada, this is one of them set up. So again, if you want to get that processing power, if you want to be able to reduce the nitrates and phosphates, but maybe you don't like the look, maybe you don't want to put any macroalgae in your tank. Wow, look at that trigger. I'm going to come to you in a second. Hold on, buddy. But you want to get all the benefits of chaeto or whatever you decide to put in there. You can set this up very easily outside of your main display. It comes with the pump. It comes with this. This looks like a different model. The ones that we're seeing now, I think this is actually right inside. Maybe this was some sort of earlier prototype we're looking at? Oh, no?
Yeah, it was some earlier prototype, but the lights are always outside.
Oh, they're always
so
outside, okay.
They don't get dirty.
Right, and they're not going to get covered.
Inside, so we just have to clean the inside of
That makes sense. I'm in love with these mangroves. Julian Sprung, this is for you. Check out the size of these things. You know, this is something, again, we're starting to see really grow in popularity now. We have our beautiful reef tank, and then you'll see on these cool Instagram pages, you'll see a mangrove coming out the back of it. But these have obviously been here for a long, long time. The Germans were the first, I think. Look, they pioneered it, and now we're all trying to catch up to what they figured out aesthetically. It's really beautiful. And it's kind of hiding the light in a way, too. Look at the size of this. How old is this fish?
I think he said like 10 years.
10 years. That's one of the biggest I've ever seen. Just incredible. Little selection of freshwater, not little, sorry, big selection. This is quite large. I'm not going to go that way because I'm not going to pretend like I know anything about that world. March, I draw a line right here. This is the border, and that's I don't know, England. That's Brexit for me. I don't go to that side. So, yeah, really cool shop. Very different, very old school, and really a pleasure to see. It's just something like that you're not going to see every single day for sure. Actually, I've never seen one quite like this one anywhere in the world. I feel like, again, I'm walking through, like, I've been transported in time back to a simpler time, in some ways an easier time, you know, where the equipment was just, it just worked, you know, and There was no Wi-Fi, there's no Bluetooth, there's nothing to go wrong. You have a well-built German pump that's designed to skim, and it's going to do its job, and maybe we don't need all those fancy controllers. And the hobby's changing for better or worse. It's a really cool shop, and I'm so glad to have come out here and checked it out. If you like the channel, give me one of these, and we'll see you guys back here on the next episode of Fragbox TV. Bye for now.